Hello and welcome, Yig here. Today we are re-looking at Storm Grinders, this time with audio that is not being butchered by OBS. So, this is a roguelite where you mine through and do some different activities to get to the boss, and you'll see as we play. This should give you an idea what kind of gameplay you're in for. If you want to pick this up after watching this video, there will be a link to the Steam page in the description of this video if you want to help the channel out. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff. So, in your roguelite elements, you have two sections. One, you have a workshop where you can buy upgrades, and you have a currency that you get from eggs in the game, and you'll see those here in a moment. One thing to note is they do have a limited amount of points per category. So this one can take up to 10 points, which means I can get potentially 2 of these or a mix of them all. And why don't we do that? We'll just go ahead and put one in, 80 for the next one. So let's go for some movement speed. Movement speed's always good in these types of games. And basically, there's a couple of different sections of those. And like I said, they each have, you're able to respec them for some currency down there. So you might want to think about it, but it's not, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Once you're at the point where you have all of these things and you're respecing, you probably have plenty of the currency. Secondary to that, there is items, which I have found a couple of. And most of the ones I've found have been the same kind, so that's kind of the bane of the first area. So we're going to go into that same first area. We're going to take Mr. Gunner guy here. He has bullets. We're going in the smoke. We've beaten a couple of them. I need to get up and unlock some of these other ones here. But as first impressions go, this game, in my opinion, turns out very good. And I think, and the reason I'm doing the second video is I want to give it a little better look without the audio issues, because the audio issue, I do apologize for the audio issues. Those were like terrible. So this game, when you're in, you will have choices. Each of these little pods you drop, you'll have a choice to grab some things. We're gonna go with that. I like lower cooldowns. And you have a fuel gauge. You can see it right here by my life. And that fuel gauge has to stay up. If you lose all your fuel, you can see by the way the areas you have to get within your circle, because they're highlighted. And that'll help you out if you're ever wondering like, oh, why isn't this one done? All right, let's see if we can get bounces. If we can get ricochets on this one, there we go. Ricochets. That tends to be one of the best ways to run this particular character, because the ricochets will actually do a lot for you. Now, since I've been on this first level for most of the time, I think that's why I keep getting the same sort of drops, which is, sort of to be expected. They're usually divided up amongst some other things. We're going to take that railgun here. That'll give us an extra one, and that one's going to shoot just a little bit harder than our machine gun. So our machine gun's going to be mostly taking care of the little guys, and then we'll have the other to do that. So when you come find these things, they'll give you those items. So we now have yet another ammo box. Maybe I can sell those. I wonder. I'll have to check that eventually, because I have a lot of ammo boxes and repair things. All right, let's see what we got here. Since we're going for bullets, I'm going to grab the scatter shot here. That is going to add more to our firepower. That one goes around like that, which is very nice. Now, there's a couple things on the map you can do. There's these, which are pretty nice. Once you grab it, it will show you where the next one is. So we'll go that way, and we'll go get that. All right. Now, this game is very fun, and it has a lot of replayability. Let's do this. We're going to boost up our damage here. Each of the runs I've done has felt pretty decently different. The map gets varied, but it also repopulates. Like after a while behind, you'll actually, if you cross into areas you've already been in, there will actually be new cells in there. And these cells are what spawn, the darker cells are what spawn these guys. Let's go Arsenal again, just to make sure. Ooh, Boss Slayer. Boss Slayer works pretty good in this game, in my opinion. We're going to play this for about, hopefully, we'll play for most of one run, or all of one run if we can get there. But I figure we'll play this for about 20 or so minutes. And that way you can get an idea if this is something you'd like to add to your library. That kind of good stuff. So the other two characters play very different from this one. And that's one of the things I really liked about it, and what really kind of made me go, yeah, I definitely want to. Now, isn't this nice? This one, upgrade for our scatter shot, is actually going to upgrade the magazine size for all of our attacks, because it's all rapid. Ooh. That could have been uncomfortable. All right, now we know where our next bolt is. You can kill even the boss with those. You can kill the boss. It does 9,999 damage. I didn't mean to take the blades, but we were a little too close, so we got blades now. The blades are okay. On the other character that's dedicated to them, they're a lot better because you have... Oh, no. I dove when I should not have dove. Okay, there we go. On the guy with the person who starts with the blades, they're a little bit better on him because you can focus more on the blades themselves, which is really good. The blades do great damage, but they also have a really long cooldown. Ooh, I almost got myself in trouble there. See, like, the cooldown on them is a little bit too uncomfortably long for my opinion. Unless you have so you really have to work on a lot of cooldown reduction on the blades one, and it feels like the character made for the blades kind of already has that sort of stuff baked in. All right, let's grab this Gatling gun. All right, now we're playing with power. Now we got a lot of ricochet. We got 2 ricochets, and that will help us out a lot. Killing this mid boss here. All right, and this is interesting. One of the interesting things, because you'd think in your head you don't want ads in your boss fight, but since you have the fuel system, you kind of have to eventually, like, you gotta let guys out so that, or spawn little guys so you can get the gas to stay alive. Which I think kind of gives you a nice risk versus reward all the time, even when you're at a point. Ooh, ow. I should not get hit like that. Ah, there we go. Ooh, we get an upgrade for our Gatling gun. I'm going with the attack speed because attack speed is attack speed. I think we're going to go with the seeking on this one. There we go. We're almost back up to full life. So you're not technically mining in this one, but it does feel like it kind of fits in that sub-genre of mining. Like you're doing something similar to what the mining genres do, but with a different concept behind it. Yeah, see that the little bolt thing gives you 2 of something. Oh no. Oh yeah, that's right. That was global cooldowns on that one. Yeah. Oh. Ow. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Bad man. Leave me alone. Did you not? I dashed, and it was a bad idea. I think we are going to... Ooh, that does add a lot to our cooldown, but it could be fun. Or we could increase our global ricochets by 2. I think we're going to do global ricochets by 2. I think that's going to work real nice for us. Okay, let's drop that over there. We got a bunch of hearts over here to get all our life back. All the gasoline a growing boy could use. And... Gatling. Each missing health? No. We would want crit chance, I would say. But we can just keep pumping magazine size for the moment. I can't remember. There's an upgrade that I've got that I had offered, which was like 5% for every bullet fired before you reload. 5% added damage, and oh my god, that works so well on the Gatling gun, because you can get the Gatling gun's magazine up like crazy high. All right, this run's going pretty well. I mean, we're only in the beginning, so now if let's go scatter shot. Shot duration, projectile speed, that'll be tempting. We're going to get this eventually, but I think grabbing this is probably going to work because I want to get to that second stage of homing on those. That'll give us... Oh, hey, we got another item over here. Yeah, I think the items are kind of dictated by the level because I do seem to get all the same ones on there. So when you're kind of farming some currencies, you'll end up getting a lot of the early ones. Which isn't too bad. I'll have to check and see if I can sell them. That seems like something that it wouldn't be too bad. Hopefully. I don't know if I don't know if they come back with you if you die, so we may possibly test that to see, because if they don't come back with you when you die, then that would make sense. Like having a couple extras is going to be real nice. No, 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 no. No hitting that hard. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's a whole, like, almost mining... Oh, nice. Subgenre of roguelites where you're doing... Yeah, you have Deep Rock Galactic, Repentidium. I mean, technically you could go Wall World, you could go Dome Keeper. I do a lot of mining. Hadn't really realized how much mining I do in these games. Now that I think about it, quite a bit of them have it. Now, later in game, in the beginning of the game, you'll probably notice that I was like just running from spot to spot. And the reason for that is that in the beginning of the game, with as little as you're only getting like 10 or 15 guys, it's very easy to just go do that. All right. Ooh, there we go. Minigun. There, yeah, that's the one. There's 5% damage for each extra shot. So since we've added all those shots on, we get a ton of damage. Those last couple of bullets do so much damage. It takes us a while to get there, though, because we have a ton of shots. It is a good problem to have. Yeah, in the beginning, there's not very many guys, and you can kind of run from place to place, and you'll just kind of lose most of them. But later on, if you like just step too far forward while you're doing it, there'll be so many enemies that you just kind of get trapped and can't move. And sometimes, not the slime there, but there's another big guy. Oh, did we get the homing bullets? Oh yeah, there we go. Seeking power. That's what we want. We'll do that. That's gonna help. Oh look, yeah, that's a lot of damage. All right, yeah, seeking power is nice because it just kind of lets you more of those shots actually get to do stuff, useful things instead of just existing. All right, damage stations always nice. These guys right here can actually like they like grab onto you with your little pincers and lock you in place, and you'll get just stomped on by some of these other guys while they have you sort of stun locked in place. You're still shooting and everything, but you just can't move. So later, like this, you want to move kind of back and forth just a little bit just to make sure you're getting everything done there. Okay, let's see here. One more magazine. Oh, 70. Oh, tell me more, tell me more. 70 shots, and every shot gains 5% damage until the end, which resets. So yeah, that is a lot of damage on those last shots. Jiminy Christmas. Now, if you did notice, all of those things, some of them, each of the individual ones, let's go ahead and get this thing open and I can show you the... But wait, there could be a problem with your build. Oh yeah. Yeah, see, like these guys. If you get in the wrong place, these guys will not stun lock you. They'll just hold you in one position, and you will just get mulched by everything else. Especially when it's a crowd like this big. I think there's a small like stun invulnerability window that you will eventually trigger, because it seems like there is one, but it takes more time than your life bar might have to get there. Whew, okay, so after we open this up, let's go ahead and we will grab the one over here with that. Okay, so you'll notice this says global fuel consumption. Each one of these comes with a cost. Usually it's about half of 1 per second, so 0.5 per second. Sometimes it's also 1. I've seen in some of the big upgrades that go in this slot, sometimes they're a full 1. We'll definitely take that Gatling magazine at this point. And you'll notice it down here, it says how much fuel we're using. And as you power up, you are going to end up using more and more fuel, which means you need to kill things faster to compensate for how much fuel you need. So sometimes you might actually choose to not upgrade and not chase these things, not take something in these. These right here are what drops that currency. These egg-looking things, they drop that red currency that we use to upgrade our character in the outside meta progression. So you want to get as many of those as you can, because they are going to pay for your upgrades. So yeah, the fuel system adds a dynamic to it that I think is really interesting, because you have to be killing things constantly. It's just a matter of how fast. Like, well, a lot of the reason that I upgrade 1 or 2 guns is because then I can keep that fuel consumption down a little bit. And I do mean a little bit. It feels like a little tiny bit sometimes. So like, I don't have a fuel consumption with this. This one costs 1, and that's a pretty large upgrade. So I have 1 blades, so I'm not going to worry about that. But we'll keep doing this, and it's going to be free. And there might be a point where I'm like, I don't know if I want to add more to this. All right, let's see here. Looks like we got... Let's get down here. I cannot remember what the actual... I think I got to go through like a certain number of these before you win, or it might be... I don't... It might be timer based. I feel like that's the one thing I haven't... Like, I should know, and maybe I didn't pay attention to a tutorial. That does happen. All right, magazine size. Yeah, see, because you start getting in these, and you get a lot of fuel consumption going on. If you can, sometimes you want to focus. Sometimes I've had ones where I have just had a crazy high fuel consumption, but it also was paired up with like a crazy high damage output, and so it was more manageable because I could just wade in and act like a little alien cell lawnmower and not have to worry about anything, because there were so many things dying that I was never going to be out of ammo. Let's go railgun. I think we're going to go seeking bullets on this one as well. We definitely, that first and last, that one of the upgrades on that one is first and last shots do extra damage. Given how high we have bumped the magazine size in our weapons, that one's not real useful for us right now. That made that decision on that one really easy. But yeah, when you start getting some of the upgrades going, you'll have a crazy high fuel usage. But sometimes you get crazy high fuel usage with crazy high damage, and you just get a huge damage output coming out. Okay, let's go back to our railgun here. We can chasing bullets more, which is nice. Making sure we get the most out of our ammo. All right. Ooh, okay, so... Oh! That was a fast dive too deep by accident. I was surrounded instantly. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because you do have to kind of... You do have to dance a little bit with these guys, because if you just jump in, they will... You'll get just stun locked. And, oh man, does it not feel good to be stun locked to death. It's not the worst, though, because you know why it's happening. So you know how to avoid it. So it's, you know, as long as I'm on the terms that I know that I'm the cause of my own pain. Every shot increases attack speed by 2 resets on cast. For every skill, every shot... I don't... What else can we get here? Spam, decrease cooldown. That's not bad. Decreasing the cooldown on that would actually be pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. That'll work. So yeah, sometimes like that. I mean, the 1 fuel per second upgrades are all very, very strong. But you have to kind of know you're going to have that much. And I've already noticed that every once in a while we start to get a little low on fuel. Ooh, we got a wave coming in. Each of the different little mech suits, robot pilots, whatever I am, I think I'm a mech suit. Each of the different little mechs in the game, the player avatars, are they have a very different way of playing, which is really nice, because it keeps it just a little bit more interesting, because you don't have to don't have to worry too much about that. Seeking power. Oh, yeah, heck yeah. Whoa, hello, boys. I'd prefer you didn't. Ah! Okay, there we go. Let's get out of there. Oh, yeah, see, we're almost out of gas. That was quick, too. We almost ran out of gas. Yeah, you could... Some of the boss fights, you're gonna not want a million little creatures on screen, but you might have to have, like, a bunch because of the fuel system. And again, I think that is an interesting way of setting up an additional level of difficulty without making things just hit points, which is cool because a lot of games really just do hit points, and it's not terrible, but it just kind of, yeah. Let's see. Do we want any of this? I feel like I wish I had a region. I wish there was a skip option, so that way I could keep my fuel under control. Okay, we're taking that one, I guess. We're gonna take anything. We'll take that attack speed one because that should be like, that should at least be fairly useful to us. There's when you get to the last stage, last one of these little transponder things we're doing here. Is it an abandoned miner? Yeah, I think it's an abandoned miner. When you get to the last one, it'll give you a little indicator basically saying that the boss is over here. And then you can get your boss on. Phew. Ooh, almost did myself in there. All right. We're going to go ahead and take this one. We're going to keep pumping into our damage for bosses, and the reason for that is bosses have a lot of hit points in this game. And again, we're going to have to focus a little bit on making sure that we're clearing enough path to keep fuel out. Because even just running around from that last wave, I was running, getting low on fuel. All right. This game has overall gone very well, I have to say, which is kind of nice. Sometimes the first couple of runs in this game, you're going to feel like you don't get super far. Damage shrine. That'll make things a little easier. All right. We've got to be getting close. Let's take you. Yep. We'll just keep updating that. What do we got here? We got 26, 22, 25. Phew. I think we'll go this way. I don't know how many of them I need, or if it's based on the timer. I think it's a specific number of those, sort of launched, collected. But yeah, man, the fuel cost, ooh, it can get pretty steep. Oh, we're right over by where we started too. Because look, there's that first abandoned mech that we found. So, like I said then, the area will actually come back, which is kind of interesting. All right. There we go. Oh, that's going to be nice. Decrease the cooldown on that by 20% on the little circular firing one? Heck yeah, that'll help us out a lot. All right. Yeah, sometimes sometimes when I end up back in the same place where I started, I'm like, did I go the right way in the beginning? But yeah, it's just because it's an arena. Yay, there it is. There it is. There's our boss. Hopefully, I can manage to get through him and not get murdered. More magazine size than Pierce? See, at Pierce is 6, which is why I don't like to do this. Because the explosion on Pierce, you have to grab all the upgrades for this, which is not a bad idea to do in the first place, but you have to make sure you get both of these together. Otherwise, your Pierces don't get low enough that by the time it explodes, they're usually not on screen. Damage, first and last bullet damage by 2%. We'll go magazine size. Yeah, we'll go magazine size. Magazine size is always, always a safe upgrade in this one. Ow. Do not lead with your face. That is not how you fight. All right. We didn't get a whole lot of I didn't focus on the red currency. Usually when I come... That's why I have so many of those things, because as I focus on the meta currency and picking it up... Oh, hello. speaking of which, there was some on the ground right there. All right. 29 meters doesn't sound like that far until you gotta fight through every second for it. The boss is sometimes, again, hard because if I remember, if it's the boss I think it is, he has some pretty interesting attacks. But also, again, by the time you get here, your fuel consumption is so high that... Oh. We definitely don't want to... Well, no, I guess the swarm would be fine. All right. Let's go grab this life. Do a little gentle circle there. That way we don't get trapped by any of these guys. This wave is going to come in before we get to do anything. It's not the worst thing in the world. Let's probably take care of it before the boss shows. Let's... Oh, never mind. Boss is going to be, like, on his way. Oh. Those guys. Ow. Oh, no. Oh, no. We're going to die. We're going to die. Oh. I did mention that you get mobbed by them. Well, on the plus side, that makes the first boss a new thing for you to see. Let's take the cavalry sword. That'll make that very first boss a surprise for you to see. So yeah, that's how you get these. And these open up as you go up in levels in each rank. Real quick, so you can see it. Hold on. If you could see it. Each of these ranks has a different... You unlock these by rank, and each of them has a different criteria. The next criteria, I think, for me is like beating the next difficulty up, or the one... I can't quite remember. 2 difficulties up. So... this has been Swarm Grinder. Sadly, I did not kill the boss for you, but hopefully with not terrible audio. This game is pretty fun, and if you would like to pick it up, there is a link to the Steam page in the description, and I hope I see you back here for the next one. Have a great day.